Welcome to the lottery. Welcome back, everybody. Congrats to Lincoln Legends champs. Higher power. That'd be me. Third place. I don't got much that happened this offseason. It's really we didn't discuss rule changes or anything, but the draft is on 27th, same weekend, in person and online. And yeah, like I was saying, we didn't bring up no rule changes discussions on the offseason, but if y'all got something y'all want to bring up, we still got some time. The draft
was crying like little girls during the season. Y'all better speak the hell up.
Yeah, I gotta take better notes and shit, man. Or maybe I need to come up with like a share file or something so people can just put their ideas in during the season, and then we can look at it during the off season or something. But we still gonna keep the same rules from last year with the draft, 14 rounds, and then rounds 15 and 16. It's gonna be offline. Well, through the waivers. But we still gonna keep the same from last year waivers. What was that?
Hey T, why you talking? Why don't you mute everybody?
Yeah, that's you.
Yeah.
Somebody on their phone too or something.
Feedback, crazy.
Yeah, mute everybody.
Yeah, when I share my screen, it should hide the freaking.
The niggas with that round horn.
I share my All right. So he got kicked out. That's probably what happened. All right. Well, I just muted everybody, but I want to talk about the Dynasty League. So I guess if y'all want to speak up, I'll go over. For those who didn't know, some of y'all I spoke to about the league that showed interest in it, but I didn't reach out to everybody yet. But I'm starting the second league, and it's going to be a Dynasty League, same title. So this is basically an overview of the rules. I'm going to just run through them real quick, and then I'll open up for discussions or questions. It's going to be a 12-team league, 30-man roster, IDP league. No team defenses, so you're just going to be straight drafting everybody. Everybody's going to be on the board except for offensive linemen, so you can literally draft anyone. It's going to be 3 IR spots. It's going to be an online draft, and we're going to start on the 20th of August. As soon as I get the 12 teams, and then I'm doing a lottery, so you'll know where you'll pick before then. So it's going to be a 30-round draft, and it's going to be a 3-hour clock, a draft clock. It's going to be completely done online. I did this a few times. The one I did a couple years ago, it was 18 rounds. It took like a week and a half to finish the draft. So it's 30 rounds, so it might take up to 2 weeks probably. But at the clock is going to suspend every night between 11 and 7. So even though the clock suspends at that time, you'll still be able to make draft picks. So if everyone get online at night, you can just literally start knocking off picks. But for those who busy at night or go to bed early, you won't be screwed from your 3-hour clock. So if you want to clock at 11, someone make a draft pick at 11, then you got until basically that 7 a.m. the clock restart, then you get your 3 hours. So you really got until 11 a.m. the next morning to make your pick once the clock frees. But if you want to clock before then it just adds that time in. So you'll see once it starts. And then that's only the first year because it's going to be a Dynasty League. You'll keep 25 players. So I'm going to set a deadline probably sometime in August of next year where you got to get your roster down to 25. And then from year 2 on out, it's only going to be a 5-round draft. And then the first pick is the first pick. So this year it's going to be serpentine because it's the first draft. But next year, if you get the first pick, you get the first pick in the first round, second, third, fourth, every round. So it'd be like a legit league, like a legit draft. So your pick actually has value to it. It's going to be to keep it competitive. I'm going to it's not going to be any more lotteries after this year. So it's going to be 6 teams that make the playoffs, and the 6 teams that don't make the playoffs, those 6 teams are going to play for the first pick in the draft. So if seed 6 and 7 will get a bye in that consolation round. So if you're the 6th or 7th seed, you're guaranteed the top 4 pick. The bottom 4 seeds will play each other. The 2 losers will play for that bottom 4. The 2 losers will play for the 5th pick in the draft, and then the other 2 teams will advance to play seed 6 and 7, and then those 4 teams will play for the top 4 picks. The 2 winners play for the top 2, and the 2 losers play for the 3rd pick. And the same for the teams that make the playoffs. So the 6 teams that make the playoffs, the top 2 seeds gets a bye. The bottom 4 seeds advance. So the 2 teams that win out of those bottom 4 play the top 2 seeds. The 2 teams that lose, they will play each other the following week, and they'll play for the 6th pick in the draft. Then you got the top 4 seeds. They'll play each other. The 2 winners go to the finals, and then the 2 losers, they will play for the 3rd place, and the 3rd place winner will actually get the 8th pick in the draft. And then the 10th pick in the draft, I'm sorry. And then the 2 teams that win the champ obviously gets the last pick in the draft. So basically, it's always going to be a game every week, all the way through. And it's just going to keep teams from tanking, because that first pick is going to have value. Then another thing I'm going to do, because I value scoring, so the top 2 seeds is going to be awarded with the best record, and the number 2 seed is going to be the highest scoring points, regardless of your record. So your team score, points is going to be important. So also, encouraged against tanking, because you can get in based off points. But if you got the number 2 scoring or number 1 scoring team in the league, you're going to have one of the top few records anyway. So, and then division titles guarantees a playoff, but doesn't guarantee you a seed. So you just make the playoffs, and you'll be seeded by your record. So it don't matter what your record is. So it's going to be 3 divisions, so it doesn't guarantee you a top 3 seed. It just guarantees you make the playoff. And the scoring rules is going to be very similar to the Beat It. Just a couple minor tweaks, because it's going to be a 30-man roster, and you're going to be starting 16 starters. So I just wanted to create value for the lower tier players, the bench players. So one of the things I did, a yard is a yard. So if you got a special teams guy, and how Beat It now, I think a special teams yard is only worth like a half a regular yard. So I changed it so every yard is worth a 10th of a point, regardless if you get no special teams or catching or receiving. And then you'll get fraction points for touches, and also fraction points for targets as well. So to kind of increase the value for everybody. So if you got a stud, he's gonna put up numbers, and then you got the low tier guys. You'll be able to make it so you'll be able to find a plug and play. You'll always be able to find a plug and play, even though it's going to be a 30-man roster. It's always going to be. It's not going to be a reason to hoard nobody. It's always going to be someone you can toss in your lineup. So that's pretty much the presentation. So I can open up with questions on that.
When you gonna put this scoring up for defense, so we know?
It's actually on the site. The scoring rules are all set up on the site. I think I sent out invites to everyone on this call.
So how is the defense gonna be set up though? Is it gonna be like?
It's gonna be. I actually got the scoring like a tackle is worth 1 point. I think a sack is worth. Let me bring it up. I knew that was going to be a question.
No, my question is a little different from that. What I'm saying is, like, lineup-wise, like, say, like, when you put your defensive players in the lineup, where would they be positioned at? Like, all right, you got your defensive lineman, he's going to be what, a defensive lineman? Or you doing a whole line?
No.
Or is it just one?
It's on the screen.
Yeah, it's going to be 3 defensive positions, a lineman, linebacker, and D-back. And then you get a couple flexes.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, it's going to be 4 flex positions, but you're only going to use 2 of them for offense. The other 2 you can use for defense. You can actually use all 4 for defense if you want, but you can't use more than 2 of them for offensive flex. And then, but yeah, it's 3 different defense positions. It's the lineman, linebacker, and D-back.
All right, that's what I thought. I didn't look at the screen.
I looked under scoring rules. I don't see anything.
When you go to rules, you got to click on these positions.
This is we changing the league, or this is a separate league?
This is a separate league. This is the second league. So if you're interested in joining, I'm still trying to fill it. I don't expect all 12 of us to join, but this is going to be a separate league. I just want to say.
Is the volume the same?
Is this a buy-in league?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna keep it at like $100. And it's not gonna be. You don't got to pay for transactions. I might make you pay for IRs, but I'm not gonna make you pay for transactions because it's gonna be a dynasty league. So I don't want it to be too high because you're gonna have one of those years you want to rebuild year, and I don't want you putting out all that change when you know your team gonna suck that year. So I'm gonna try to keep it at a flat $100. And then the play out would be probably the top three seeds, top three, first, second, and third place. And soon about to kick me off in 10 minutes. So, any more questions, or you can go into the lottery? And if you're interested, just hit me up. If I didn't send you the invite already, I'll send it to you. So we good?
I didn't see it. I looked.
You didn't see it, Tim? All right, I'll resend it to you. All right, so I can move on. You got ready for the lottery? Okay. Right. Can y'all see the screen?
Yep.
All right, I'm gonna do the same shit we did the COVID year. I'm just showing you that everyone has the same odds. That's what this one gray dot means. All right, so it's just the scoring rules, letting you know how fast people can go. So it's just a setting. Keep it simple. And I just ordered everybody by the way they ranked last year. So let's go ahead and get it started.
Hey Corey, I bet you $10 I beat you. What the fuck going on, my man?
Got off to a slow start.
Slow start. Some of these dudes getting off to a dead start. I'm mad. Come on, man. Right.
All hard of hearing on that gun, man.
Yeah. Junior going slow again. Wasn't Junior slow last year too?
This race fixed.
I was in the back last year. I'll take it.
In the back this year.
Slow, man.
All right, come on. Come on. Make a move. Let's make
Hey,
a move.
Dre running away with it.
Yo.
Pull a hammy, Dre. Come on. Hey, T. Hold up, T.
I hate being on top of this guy. Slow down, man.
Oh, look at Arizona. Damn.
I don't want the first
Oh,
pick.
shit.
Oh, look at
Oh,
Tim.
shit.
I don't want the first. Look at Tim.
Damn, Tim.
Oh, shit.
Oh,
Arizona.
hey,
Arizona.
hey,
Arizona
Oh,
got
let
it.
me get that
I told you.
3.
I told you that was my man. Arizona got it.
I did not want the first
Man,
pick.
you got the
Hey.
4.
Look at Drake came in fourth.
So,
Yo, I'm stuck. Yo, my man stuck. Hey, get the glue off my boots, man. Yo, I got glue. That's bullshit.
Oh, God.
I called my pick earlier. I said I was going
Hey, Corey, the only fucking person I beat.
Yeah. Well, there you got it. That's your draft order. I hate this. The first time I had the first pick. Shit. First pick available. He might want it.
Hey, look, I'm gonna say what all y'all thinking. Tim always get a top pick and shit.
Yeah, he do.
I ain't had no involvement in this. I ain't.
When the last time you picked out the top 3?
I mean, what's the problem? This sounds like a lot of hate, dude.
Hey, listen, man. Congrats, man.
That's your man.
I'm gonna mess the
Sorry
draft.
about running from second place this year.
Hey.
My championship run starts now.
I'm happy.
Nah, Tim, you got another 14 years, Tim.
I'm celebrating now. The celebration ain't over yet. It ain't over until we crown a new champ.
All right, man. Listen,
It's
good luck,
over
man.
now.
Hey, Steph, I might reach out to you because I might need a couple owners from your league that might want to join the dynasty. Just let me know who.
All right, just let me know. My first choice would be body bag if you got an open spot.
Yeah. We might gotta replace Ish, so I'll reach out to this guy this week, man.
Is Ish in the mailman spot? Who in the mailman spot? He was another non-paying.
Yeah, that was the
Is it?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, that's a non-paying spot, man.
Yeah. You still owe money, so so we get paid.
Hey, champ, you want to donate for him and keep him in the league?
I like Ish. I want a lot of money off y'all this year. You gotta let me know.
Man, bring body bag in, man. We did some competition. We did some competition in the north.
Hey. All right, I'm out. I don't want to hear Tim talk no shit. I'll see y'all later.
Damn.